To our first performer who's from the Tsleil-Waututh Nation. I host an event called the Eastside Open Mic, and I always say, and now a word from our sponsors. But yeah, so I'm going to give it up. He's going to do the opening protocol, and he's going to do a comedy set for everybody. So without further ado, Jiovanni Beltran!
Tonight, everyone. That's good. Not gonna lie, there's not really a handbook on how to do proper land acknowledgement, so I'm just gonna go with what I'm feeling. And one of the things I want to just put out there is that I'm really happy to have everybody here. Everybody of different disciplines. Our singers, our rappers, our dancers, the comedians. A little bit about myself is, my name is Jiovanni Beltran. As he said, I am from the Tsleil-Waututh Nation, one of the host nations. My mother is, and my grandmother on my mom's side is from the Tsleil-Waututh Nation. The other part of me comes from the New Hulk Nation, which is up north. I also come from the El Salvadorian background as well. And, you know, these are the unceded, unsurrendered territories of the Tsleil-Waututh, Musqueam, and Squamish nations.
Woo!
I just want to welcome you guys to this event. And, you know, traditionally, we might have actually welcomed you guys with, you know, some songs and some dancing. But the Creator didn't bless me that way. But what we do actually also believe in is that laughter is medicine. So I'm actually going to try and spread some good medicine tonight with some comedy. So that being said, I'm just going to roll right into it because I don't know how to segue very good. All right, first question. Everyone having a good year so far? That's good. Anyone having a shitty year? That was more than I expected, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I'll tell you what, the year's still early, still has a big chance to get worse. But no worries, if it makes you feel any better, I've had a bit of a weird year myself. See, I actually had something that kind of made me question my own intelligence. I found out it only takes $100 to kidnap my dumbass. You know, I used to be pro, like, survival of the fittest and all, but now I'm like, maybe let's not take the warning stickers off anything yet. Like, you're probably sitting there wondering, okay, how did they pull off kidnapping? I mean, like, I'm a pretty big guy, you know, 5'9", 250, or 6 feet, 220 on my Tinder profile. But, no, you see, last year I decided I'd give comedy a try. This year I decided I'd try acting as well. And so I was like, oh, you know, I'll just look online at some ads. By the way, the moral of this story, I can tell you now, is if you're going to do it, just try to go through an agency. Because, you know, I looked online at some ad and it was very simple. They said, one requirement, do you like Letterkenny? Send us a message. I did, and it was a really, really vague response. They just said to me, oh, it's improv, no experience necessary, and just send us a headshot. It made me a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. Then it's like, all right. I did, and they're like, look, don't worry, $100 for an hour of your time. All right, fuck it, send me the address. So I go to I actually look up the address first, and you know, I was expecting some studio downtown or something, right? Turns out it was a house in some random suburbs. Now, most people at this point probably would have just been like, not for me. Not me. was like, you know what, I'm gonna call my mom first. So I give my mom a call, and I'm like, hey. So I go into this house in some random suburbs for a movie opportunity. If you don't hear back from me in a couple hours, send help. Now, I'm pretty sure my mom probably had a lot of thoughts going through her head, but the first one she asked, which was the most reasonable, was, why are you going then? I was just like, I don't know. Maybe it works out, just saying. And she was kind of just like, all right, I'll send help. So I make my way out to this house, right? I park out front and I send them a text message. I said, I'm here. They said, all right, meet us in the alley. Now, not gonna lie, a couple thoughts ran through my head. The first one is, us? Like, meet us? All right. And the second one, as I'm going around the house, was I realized, oh my God, there's going to be a casting couch. I honestly half-heartedly expected to be like, so this is Ron, this is Tyrone, they're going to be doing a scene with you. Thankfully, that was not the case. I got to keep my clothes on, which was pretty great. So if you were hoping to look up online later, Jiovanni Beltran on Pornhub, you're just going to have to subscribe to my OnlyFans like everyone else. So I do the job, right? Gotta get that $100. And, I go home, right? I get home and I'm telling my family this story of what just happened. And the sheer look of horror on their faces made me realize I never would have survived as a woman. Like, honestly, to be a woman in this world, you have to be tough and smart. As a man, I can be either or. We all know some guys out there who are neither and doing okay. But, like, for real, it just made me realize, like, Jesus, fuck, that was stupid. Some of you that are laughing hard like you, I'm going to ask. Did you have replied to a sketchy online ad that said, meet us at this house in the suburbs and come around to the alley?
What?
No, right? Because you're smart. I'm not. But for what it's worth, though, this experience did teach me a lot. Like, it taught me a lot about some of the things in the world, some of the double standards, some of the things that women go through. And like I said, it just made me realize that, damn, y'all have it rough. There's a plethora of examples I could use to explain that. But then I thought about one pretty simple one. I was like, okay. I realized that the bar for being attractive as a man is really low. I say this because when we... You're laughing before the punchline, wait. But I realize y'all can have a conversation with each other and you're going through the checklist of like, oh, does he match up? You know, it can almost be summed down to 3 questions. You're like, 1, okay, did he cook for you? Can he cook? All right, cool. 2, is he financially stable? You know, like, does he have a good job? All right. 3, this one's important. Is his bed on a bed frame? I've even heard one that it was like, did his socks match? Just saying. But, by the way, according to these standards, I'm not sexy, just saying. I'm not gonna lie, my bed is on the floor, and I've been eating chicken sandwiches for the last year. So, if you're single and can cook, what's up? Yeah. It's okay though, because for what it's worth, there is some double standards that actually do work in your guys' favor. There's a sexiness double standard that I think we need to address tonight. Why I say this is because there's some things that you guys can do no one thinks twice about. For example, if a girl answers the door and she's wearing her boyfriend's shirt and his boxers, no one bats an eye. But I'm telling you, if that boyfriend wears her shirt and panties to the door, there are questions. In that same sense, that same couple, where if they're having sex and the girl's wearing knee-high socks during sex, not a problem. If the guy wears knee-high socks during sex, I guarantee you, the next time he's drinking with the girlfriends, they're gonna ask him questions, okay? And there's ones like, okay, piercings, nose piercings, eyebrow piercings, lip piercings. If a woman's got a belly button piercing, that's kind of cool. But if a guy's got belly button piercing, people have questions, okay? But if I'm being honest, I think my favorite example out of all of this, tattoos. Why? Because you can have them anywhere. But if a guy has a tattoo across his lower back, there are questions. Honestly, that's all I really had planned tonight. Thank you. You guys have been amazing.
Keep it going for Jiovanni Beltran! Really, really dope. No better way to celebrate International Women's Day by having a man explain to the aunties what it's like for women. You see what just happened? No, I'm just joking. Actually, thank you so much, Jiovanni.